When I was 19, I had my own apartment. It was my grandfather's house, but he was always traveling for business. It was an old Victorian with a downstairs front door and another door next to it, with a flight of stairs leading to the second floor and the attic. At the top of the stairs was the main door to the second floor. So you had to go through one door, go up a flight of stairs, and then go through another door to get inside. Anyway, my place became the party house. I had friends over every night, and this one night was a big party, and around 2 a.m., everyone left, and I went to bed. I didn't usually lock the downstairs door, just the upstairs one. It was a small town, and crime was rare, and I thought myself a badass. So, I'm lying there in bed, not yet sleeping. Everyone was gone, for at least 30 minutes or so now. Suddenly, I hear very fast footsteps on the stairs outside my bedroom door. I could not tell if they ran down or up the stairs. I laid there frozen, waiting for the next sound to decide my course of action. I tried thinking if I had locked the upstairs door but could not remember. I glanced over and bedroom door was closed and locked. Then I see the handle on the door turning. Someone was trying the door to see if it was open. I laid there stone cold silent for an hour. No other noise was heard. I didn't sleep at all the rest of the night. The next day, I asked everyone who was over that night if they stayed behind and tried to enter my bedroom. Everyone said no. I still sometimes have nightmares that a killer gets through the door and kills me in my sleep. I had a great night out with my friends, and probably should have stopped drinking several drinks before I did. But I made it home with no problem, and had a serious buzz going. As soon as I get undressed and get ready to crawl into bed, I hear a scratching noise coming from the back door to my house. My phone is on the kitchen table, so I would have to go within a couple of inches from the scratching to get my phone. I don't really have any firearms, or anything of the sort. I live out in the sticks. Nobody comes out here, right? But on this night, something is at my back door, and it seems to know that as I move about it, gets more aggressive with the scratching, like it's trying really hard to get into my house. So, as I leave my bedroom, I start screaming stupid stuff, like "Honey, go get my gun," and I don't know who you are or what you want, but I'm prepared to defend myself. For some reason, I thought that might work, when truthfully, I'm nearly wetting myself in fear. I decide that I'm going to turn every light in the house to let whatever know that I am home. My living room lights are now lit. My dining room lights are now lit. And as I approach the kitchen and prepare to light up that final room before approaching the back door, it occurs to me that maybe I should put some clothes on. As I turn to head back to the bedroom, the scratching at the back door gets even more aggressive, like as if to say, "I know you are there. I'm coming to get you." I run back into my bedroom, put on my jeans and a t-shirt, grab my baseball bat, and head for that back door determined. As I reach the back door, I look out the window and I can't see anything there, plus the scratching has stopped. I'm thinking maybe I finally scared it away. But I open the back door just to take a look around, to be sure. As soon as I open the back door, the little shit comes bolting through the door. Why, Black Cat. She never stays outside, ever. She must have gotten out when I came home in my drunken stupor, and was just trying to get back inside. Truth be told, the hairs on my body stood up when she bolted inside because I didn't identify her at first. Scared shit by my own pet. This was fairly recent. The wife and I were in bed, and I heard what sounded like someone picking the lock for the front door, followed by the gentle click as it opened. Then it sounded like they were quietly creeping around inside my place, first shutting the door softly behind them. I got up and deftly unplugged the lamp on my nightstand to use as an improvised weapon. Nobody breaks into my house and gets away with it. But what if they have a better weapon? Hey, I'm half asleep. That's more than this plan can handle. So I decided to shout hello. To see what happens, a few seconds pass, and I hear hello. Back in a man's deep voice I don't recognize. A few more 10 seconds WTF, and then I ask, who's there? Guessing that all burglars and murders have names too, right? Then, this is what I hear back. "It's your brother, dickhead. Sorry, came to stay here. I'd been drinking up the street and figured I'd crash before driving all the way home." He knew where we had a hidden key outside, and was drunk enough to struggle with the front door lock before figuring it out. He did ask why I was carrying my bedroom lamp around in the middle of the night. But honestly, for a few moments, that night, it was terrifying hearing a strange man's voice in my place, and having no way to really defend us. Changes have been made since. Finally, I was able to move out of my parents' house and into my own place. It's both an exhilarating and frightening experience in my mind. Exhilarating in that I am finally free to do as I please, and frightening to know that I am alone, all alone, except for my dog, Elliot, a collie, who in my opinion is a lover, just a big old mushhead. So at the end of my first week living in my new place, I get home from work, change my clothes, and decide to curl up in bed with the new book I just downloaded. I'm not laying there very long when Elliot jumps off my bed and heads into the living room. My apartment is on the first floor, and it seems that Elliot learned quickly that he enjoys looking out the sliding glass doors onto my patio. But something was off. I can't say I ever remember Elliot growling. But now that's apparently what he's doing. It's my guess that he sees someone outside in the courtyard, and because he is behind the glass doors, he can act tough. I chuckle to myself and say, if I opened the doors, you would run off with your tail between your legs. But he isn't stopping. In fact, he seems to be getting even more angry. Before I could even finish the chapter I was reading, Elliot now goes full-blown bonkers and is now barking and growling like crazy. Then I hear a man's voice whisper, "Shush, shh, be quiet. It's okay, puppy. WTF. I nearly shit myself. Who the hell is inside my new apartment?" In a brief moment of bravado, I run into the living room, where Elliot now has this guy cornered, and he is looking like the fiercest collie I have ever seen. I say, "Who the fuck are you?" Now it's kinda dark in the living room, and this guy has got to be well over 6 foot tall, has on all dark clothes, a hoodie, and a face mask. He muttered something like, "I live here, make a long story short." While Elliot stood guard over the guy, the police were called, and a freaking junkie ended up arrested. I had to repair the broken slider, and Elliot got steak dinners for a week. It was in Houston in 21 during Tropical Storm Allison. It had been raining constantly from about 6 p.m. at the rate of around 3 inches per hour. It's now around 1 a.m. My husband was traveling and in California at the time. I was watching the local news when they break in to report that they are going off the air because the station is flooding and they have to evacuate. Water is rising on my street, so I start gathering clothes and supplies for both of us and placing them in large garbage bags. While I am speaking to my husband by phone, I realize I'm going to have to handle this problem on my own. He can't help me or us right now. Maybe a half hour later, the lights start dimming, really slowly dimming, like nothing I've ever seen before or since. After a minute or so, which seemed like an hour, the power went out. Total blackness everywhere. No lights anywhere as far as I could see, and the sound of that torrential rain continued. It was raining as hard as I had ever seen or heard it rain for 8 hours straight, and it wasn't slowing down. Now add to it that it was pitch black. It was terrifying. If I remember correct, we ended up getting around 35 inches of rain in a 12-hour period, but incredibly, our house did not flood. Many others were not as fortunate. I hope you enjoyed these stories on my channel and would like to see more. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. I also encourage you to send in your well-written true stories to the email above. I will continue to keep bringing you the very best true story videos. Thank you.